For how many years?
I did 8.
You did 8 seasons.
And listen, I'm telling you, I love those guys.
Yeah.
I love those guys with all my heart.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We had ups and downs. I mean, the thing at the end was the weird thing.
What was the weird thing?
Nothing to do with the boys. Had nothing to do with anything else.
They didn't ask you to come back?
Well, no, it was worse than that. It was kind of tacky. It was like, well, we don't think we have enough money to pick up your option next year.
Are you serious?
Well, because they were working out how to do what they were going to do with a story that they needed to continue beyond, into the 13th and 14th seasons and rest. And I think a particular showrunner, remained nameless, was trying to kill me for about 4 or 5 years. And it was just funny because I kind of knew, because I knew the rest of the writers. But I didn't care about it. That wasn't the problem I had. The point being is I went from being a guest star that refused to sign a contract for 5 years to now I'm 3 years. I mean, Warner's put me on the poster before my deal was done. They put me on the video box. They were just like, well, you can't sort of ignore it. And then it was like, take it or leave it. And I think it was majorly about getting the boys out on a Friday more than anything else.
Right.
Which is smart. I mean, for God's sakes, they've been working for 10, 11, 12 years at the time. And they worked their ass off and they just moved back to Texas and all that. I mean, it's just smart stuff. And they got families and they're starting families. But I used to get away with going, no, I can't do that. I'm going to my kid's soccer game on Friday, so I won't be there. And then they were like, take it or leave it. And I was going through a divorce at the time. I was like, I could just disappear, or I could just pay my bills and what I'm supposed to do, and take the job and say, thank you very much. So I was grumpy for a little bit, and they tolerated me being in a bad mood for a year or so. And then I started to make friends and things were wonderful. And then they come to the end, they go like, well, we don't know if we can take up your option. And I was like, and I said to Bob, I think it was what pissed Bob off, is I said, if you take me off the poster, I'm not coming back because I don't do windows. And that was not received well.
Really? You just said that?
Well, yeah, it's exactly what I said. Because the truth of
you felt like you'd earned it.
Well, the funny thing was, I mean, with all due respect to my friends, I am so grateful for myself and for all my friends that they had work for this amount of time. It was good work. And that everybody on that crew was just fantastic. They were all at my wedding, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
Plus the fans. But
the fans are amazing. That's without saying. But I played the same scene in season 12 5 times over 5 episodes. And I was like, all right, gig's up. The gig is up. And so, everyone's going, they won't get rid of you. They won't get rid of you. I'm like, I'm done. I know I'm done.
You knew it.
Yeah, I know I was done. Transpo.
What scene was this? What season was this?
12.
12.
I was killed at the end of 12. And Transpo went, like, take your car home. I'm like, well, I don't have transport then. It's like, we'll do it. So I took my car home like a month and a half early, 2 months early. I was taken to and from set every single day. I was taken home. I was dropped at airports, brought back. It was just, I was looked after.
That was sweet.
It is sweet. And people don't have to do that. They did. And it was, and I think what surprised everybody on set on my last scene is I'd already spent 2 weeks saying goodbye to everybody. And I didn't want to make a speech for the first time in my life. And I think they got a little upset that I didn't make some big speech because I'm big mouth.
You didn't say anything?
I said, thank you very much, and walked away. I'd spent 2 weeks talking to every single person.
So you didn't have to say anything?
I didn't feel I had to say anything, but I think it got a bit weird. And then, I don't know.
We do this ritual, we seal that rift, and we lock the devil in this godforsaken place. That's the plan, remember. 2 birds, 1 spell.
Right, just hurry.
You lose.
You make such funny noises.
Surprise.
Crowley! You sneaky little. So I guess I get to kill you twice, huh, Crowley?
I doubt it.
Oh, no, you had your chance. You could have put me back in the cage, but you had to make it personal, didn't you?
You're right. It is personal. You humiliated me. I hate you deeply, truly. And I'm going to enjoy wiping that smug, self-satisfied look off your face. Personally.
You mean this one? Come on, Crowley, you know whatever you try, you're gonna lose.
You're right. Bye, boys. I've been focused for so long on keeping my job. Never realized I hate it. All those whining demons, the endless moan of damned souls, the paperwork. I mean, who wants that? You. Once, maybe.
Do you get invited to the Supernatural conventions?
I don't. No.
You don't?
No, I did 17, and then it was really weird for my friends. It was weird for my friends.
What do you mean?
Okay, so Ruth plays my mother. Wonderful. Lovely actress. Beautiful human being. Worked her butt off on the show. Should have been my ex-wife. It would have been even better.
Right.
It would have been fantastic. If she'd have played my ex-wife in the show, it would have been just something else.
Right.
But okay, she's my mom. Doesn't really make sense in the canon. She's my mom, but we made it work, and she's just brilliant. She's just wonderful to work with. And really, do I want to go to a convention where every single question she gets is, when's Mark Sheppard coming back? Because that's what happened for a year.
Yeah.
That's not cool. They got work to do. They got things to do. They deserve better than that.
Right.
So I opted out of those at first. It was very uncomfortable for a bit, and then I opted out of it after I'd done my 2017 stuff. And I went on tour with Robin
Hitchcock.
And I didn't act for a year or so. I was miserable. It was like everybody was having a party and I wasn't invited. I'm not talking about the convention, I'm talking about just generally the series. And that's not nobody's fault. And I genuinely, with my whole heart, have never begrudged them a moment, a minute.
Right. Do you talk to them still?
Yeah, I talk to everybody.
You talk to everybody?
Yeah, I talk to Jared on occasion. I had people come over to the house. I see Kim all the time. Kim's daughter swims with my son.
Kim Coates.
Yeah, I love Kim. Just did Rob and Rich's podcast after a period of time, which was fun to do. I want to interview them just to annoy them.
Richard Speight.
I love Speight.
I love him, and
He's
I had them on the
wonderful
podcast, and Rob Benedict.
And they're fantastic people.
Great.
And, I've played with them. But like in any real family, you have ups and downs and dynamics. And the smart thing for me to do was to back away, because they were in an ongoing position and they were still pushing. And they managed to go to 15 years. And it wasn't for me to be, you know, the thorn in the side.
See you in 10 years. I think in the evolution of the character, he went from being an obvious villain type who was using the Winchesters. You have less than 1 minute before a very dear friend of yours snuffs it. To ultimately joining forces with them as often as possible.
Fine, but then the angel tablet comes to us.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that you're a douchebag, and no douchebag should have that much power.
He ended up caring about the Winchesters, despite himself.
So, why are you here?
Well, whenever there's a world-ending crisis at hand, I know where to place my bets. It's on you. You big, beautiful, lumbering piles of flannel. So if you'll forgive my transgression, I'll make it worth your while. Hello, boys. Again.
Despite his power within hell and among other demons.
Turns out I'm the answer to all your problems.
Crowley's the creepy uncle who you kind of keep your distance at Thanksgiving.
Maybe I'll just napalm your ass anyhow.
Dean, he's a dick. And a deal's a deal.
Get bent.
He was great comic relief, a great voice.
You just gonna sit there?
No, I'm gonna river dance.
I suppose if you want to impress the ladies.
Which means?
After we put Lucifer back in his cage, together, I'll seal the gates of hell. You'll never see another demon again, apart from, of course, yours truly.
You would do that?
Why not? They stab me in the back, I'll happily stab them in the front, the sides, and right up their little black-eyed asses. So, we have a deal? Even when I lose, I win. Bye, boys.
He pauses a lot. Long, drawn out sentences.
Fact, you get more if you phrase it properly.
I just want to see a scene between him and Shatner. I just want to see it.
Just gonna sit there? Yes, I know. Completely worth your soul. I'm a hell of a guy. I was never sure whether he wasn't actually an angel. Past your bedtime. You're good. But I'm Crowley. You are a big fish. I wanted to do you the honor of sealing this deal personally.
Supernatural certainly has a history of kind of making our villains our friends, and Crowley's probably the biggest example of that.
She said the deal would be sealed with a kiss.
That's right. I wanted win. I perverted Mother's spell, put Lucifer in a vessel of my own making because I wanted to win. Even when I lose, I win. Bye, boys.
Nothing ever stays dead in Supernatural.
Thanks for watching Wayward Winchester. Subscribe for more awesome Wayward content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments. Peace.